He also implied that there is some kind of a secret agreement between the government and aliens and that people have been murdered to protect the secret. Okay, I will say this is incredibly entertaining, but does the big brain girl in me believe this? No. All right, chat. Guess what has been happening in the halls of Congress? We've been having UFO hearings, and they are claiming that UFOs are real. And you know what that means? That means we have no other choice but to watch it and react to it. I don't make up the rules. So, we have a bunch of videos, we have a bunch of tweets, we have some TikToks. Let's go, baby. We're gonna do alien UFO coverage today. I'm actually kind of excited, I'm not even gonna lie to you. Me hearing the UFO news. Hey, are you shocked? Man, I got a lot going on lately. I think this is the average person, honestly. I think the average person is like, listen, there's so much going on in the world, I could give less than two shits that aliens are real. Honestly, that's kind of how I feel. Do I think aliens will give us healthcare? I sure do hope they teach us how to reverse climate change, honestly. The craziest part about the House oversight hearing on UFOs isn't that the US is in possession of aliens, it's that we won't have a planet left for aliens to visit if we don't take immediate action to end our climate crisis. I mean, she's spinning.
Intelligent extraterrestrials.
Something I can't discuss in public setting.
Okay, I can't ask when you think this occurred. If you believe we have crashed craft, stated earlier, do we have the bodies of the pilots who piloted this craft?
As I've stated publicly already in my News Nation interview, biologics came with some of these recoveries, yeah.
Were they, I guess, human or non-human biologics?
Non-human, and that was the assessment of people with direct knowledge on the program I talked to that are currently still on the program.
And was this
non-human biologics? I'm curious. I don't even know. Like, what does that mean?
documentary evidence? Is video, photos, eyewitness? Like, how would that be determined?
The specific documentation I would have to talk to you in a skiff about.
Gotcha. Yeah. Okay. So, and you may or may not be able to answer my last question, and maybe we get into a skiff at the next hearing that we have, but who in the government, either what agency, sub-agency, what contractors, who should be called into the next hearing about UAPs, either in a public setting or even in a private setting? And you probably can't name names, but what agencies or organizations, contractors, et cetera, do we need to call in to get these questions answered, whether it's about funding, what programs are happening, and what's out there?
I can give you a specific cooperative and hostile witness list of specific individuals that were in those.
And how soon can we get that list?
I'm happy to provide that to you after the hearing.
Super. Thank you.
Damn. So, according to this hearing, aliens are real and we've been holding them hostage at some place in the government, I guess. Why is this guy wink during the UFO hearings?
Dismissive attitude. It's at odds.
Wait, that's creepy. That's really queer. See, that's something a lizard person would do. That is something a lizard person would do. I'm just saying, a lizard person would wink, okay? The aliens showing up at Congress UFO hearing tomorrow.
Well, how do you guys say goodbye? Oh!
I had to ask.
If you think that's strange, you should see how we pee.
Not Charlie Sheen. At a House hearing on UFOs on Wednesday, lawmakers rebuked what they described as decades of unnecessary secrecy in U.S. programs that studied unexplained phenomena, and former officials said that the government was sheltering alien spacecraft.
UAP are in our airspace, but they are grossly underreported. These sightings are not rare or isolated, they are routine. Military aircrew and commercial pilots, trained observers whose lives depend on accurate identification, are frequently witnessing these phenomena. The stigma attached to UAP is real and powerful and challenges national security. It silences commercial pilots who fear professional repercussions, discourages witnesses, and is only compounded by recent government claims questioning the credibility of eyewitness testimony.
I was informed in the course of my official duties of a multi-decade UAP crash retrieval and reverse engineering program, to which I was denied access to those additional read-ons when I requested it. I made the decision, based on the data I collected, to report this information to my superiors and multiple inspectors general, and in effect becoming a whistleblower. As you know, I've suffered retaliation for my decision, but I am hopeful that my actions will ultimately lead to a positive outcome of increased transparency.
Mr.
I mean, listen, yeah, he's a snitch. He's basically the snitch. He's the alien snitch. I'm kind of excited aliens are real. I'm not even gonna lie to you. Because I feel like if there's anything that could get us out of climate change, it's aliens. And I know it might sound like I'm joking, but I'm like not. I'm really not. I think aliens are kind of our last hope for climate change. Is that sad? I don't even know.
Crush, what about you? What was your experience after you came forward?
I imagine that aliens are far more sophisticated than we are. And I imagine if they have the technology to come and visit us, they would have the technology to like reverse climate change, right? That's just how I feel.
And we literally don't care. Literally love how the US said that there's aliens and we literally don't care. We don't give a shit. Like, we as a species have caused so much nonsense that the idea of extraterrestrials just doesn't faze us. It doesn't faze us. It's just another Wednesday.
Dude, we have lived through a global pandemic. We have lived through Donald Trump. We lived through the 2020 uprisings. We lived through kind of a recession. I don't know if you would call it a recession, but I guess you can easily say inflation. We're currently living through barely being able to pay our rent. Earth is literally boiling. We're not in global warming. We're in global boiling, bitch. Okay, that's where we're at. And now the government is like, hey, yo, we got aliens in Area 51, and we've like stashed their spaceship and their biologics. And at this point, we the people are kind of just like, what do you want us to do?
And we did meet with one member of the flight crew who took the image. The image was of something that I am not able to attach to any human capability, either from the United States or from any of our adversaries. And they saw a sequence of 4 craft in a clear diamond formation for which there is a radar sequence that I alone have observed in the United States Congress. One of the pilots goes to check out that diamond formation and sees a large floating, what I can only describe as an orb, again, like I said, not of any human capability that I'm aware of. And when he approached, he said that his radar went down, he said that his FLIR system malfunctioned, and that he had to manually take this image from one of the lenses, and it was not automated in collection, as you would typically see in a test mission.
Have you met with people with direct knowledge or have direct knowledge yourself about ATs, advanced technologies that the U.S. government has?
Based on conventional advanced tech, I was briefed to the preponderance of the Defense Department's both space and aerospace compartmented programs. Yeah.
I don't want to cut you off, but how does a program like that get funded?
That's a good question. That's actually a great question. How do you fund a secret UFO, I don't know, department? What if the aliens are just some other planet's asshole billionaires out for a joyride? That is a great question. I don't know. I guess then we're all fucked in that case. There are multiple races of aliens. The Greys are humans from the future. Okay. As long as they can reverse us from climate change, I don't really care. How do we know that the aliens didn't come to Earth and take human form, then reproduce with humans? That's crazy. See, that's stoner talk right there. That's a thought I would have if I'm high. I think aliens are real, but also feel like these disclosures are used as a distraction. Maybe.
I will give you generalities. I can get very specific in a closed session, but misappropriation of funds and
Does that mean
self-fund.
that there is money in the budget that is said to go to a program, but it doesn't, and it goes to something else?
Yes, I have specific knowledge of that. Yep.
Interesting.
Of actual evidence of extraterrestrial, otherwise unexplained forms of intelligence? And if so, when do you think this first occurred?
I like to use the term non-human. I don't like to denote origin. Keeps the aperture open, both scientifically. Certainly, like I've discussed publicly previously, 1930s.
Do you have any personal knowledge of someone who's possibly been injured working on legacy UAP reverse engineering?
Yes.
How were they injured? Was it Is it something like a radioactive type situation or something we didn't understand?
You could imagine assessing an unknown unknown. There's a lot of potentialities you can't fully prepare.
Oh my God. Oh my God. What if COVID was an alien virus?
By alien or non-human technology and or beings that has caused harm to humans.
I can't get into the specifics in an open environment, but at least the activity that I personally witnessed.
Oh my God, this dude is like malfunctioning.
I have to be very careful here because they tell you never to acknowledge tradecraft, right? So what I personally witnessed, myself and my wife, was very disturbing.
That was weird. That was weird. That just gave me the heebie-jeebies. No, he's not just chilling. His eyes are doing reptilian type shit. If you are denying that his eyes were doing reptilian activities, you are an alien denier, and I don't accept that in my chat. Okay. Oh, there it is. That was kind of cool, I'm not gonna lie.
As the plane soared above an unfamiliar region in China, a passenger gazed out of the window, capturing a captivating video. A sense of awe and curiosity filled the air as the passenger's camera focused on a peculiar sight.
Ew.
In a leaked video that emerged on the internet, an alleged encounter between a man and an extraterrestrial being took place at an undisclosed location within a secret base in the United States. The encounter reportedly occurred during the nighttime, and due to the video's quality, the specific surroundings remain unidentified. It is believed that this encounter took place in 2017.
And then in terms of multidimensionality, that kind of thing, the framework that I'm familiar with, for example, is something called the holographic principle. It derives itself from general relativity and quantum
Oh my God. Rick and Morty is real.
mechanics. And that is, if you want to imagine a 3D object such as yourself casting a shadow onto a 2D surface, that's the holographic principle. So you can be projected, quasi-projected from higher dimensional space to lower dimensional. It's a scientific trope that you can actually cross, literally.
There's no way people actually believe that. Can you ask him the date of GTA 6 release? I'm sorry, that was funny. Here's a real picture of what aliens really look like. There's no way people believe this shit. Oh my God, if aliens are real and they really look like that, they're gonna kill me for making fun of them, but that's so funny. That's me when I hit the blunt. Also, this is Trump being an alien.
Has he offered to withdraw? Or withdraw from the process?
In our government don't start making these aliens pay taxes, I'm gonna flip shit. You can't just discover aliens exist and then not make them pay the piper, all right? They're using our airspace, breaking speed limits left and right. Give them some student loans, why don't you? Give them some high interest loans and then make them come down and work to pay for the fuel that they put in their spaceships. Then raise the price of that. Make them feel what we feel.
Yeah. Make them pay our student loans. That looks like a regular plane.
Is this a real UFO caught on camera? Watch closely. They're here.
Are you serious? That looks like a plane. That looks like a Southwest plane. How does this have 1.9 million likes, bruh?
Aliens are real. Oh, that's cool. Are they gonna set up an embassy here? Maybe start sharing some of their technology with us? Or are we gonna have an immigration treaty with them? Am I gonna start having alien neighbors and coworkers? Curious to get to know them, maybe learn about their food and their religions, or better yet, could I move off planet? Let's be honest, this is not going well. What? No, we don't have contact with them. Someone from the Air Force is testifying that they've been hiding spaceships and alien remains from Congress. Oh, of course. Okay, a couple things. Firstly, I'll believe it when I see it. But secondly, even if this is true, how is it going to affect me in any meaningful way? Are you not afraid of the alien threat? If they're an expansionist military empire, they're clearly doing a shit job.
Alien spotted in garden in London.
Am I missing something here?
Oh my god! Oh my god!
A U.S. Navy pilot testified in front of Congress today that in 2003, a large red square hovered over an Air Force base, and it hovered for approximately 45 seconds before disappearing. The red square was supposedly the size of a football field, with him saying that UFOs are commonly a black square or a black cube inside of a clear sphere. He also said that he's talked to 2 Navy pilots who nearly hit a dark gray black cube inside of a clear sphere with no wings. But follow to stay in the loop.
What is this? It's literally just pictures of a fucking front yard.
On my way to take a photo of my backyard, call it aliens, and get 2 million TikTok views. I'll remember you when I'm famous.
You might as well at this point. Dude, the buildup was so stupid. They're like, ooh, what is that? This is so clearly fake. It's so...
This man seemed invisible to everyone around, and look at what he does pay close attention.
I'm not saying this man is a crackhead. I'm just saying that's basically every crackhead in the Bay Area. I understand to the regular suburbans, this is normal, or this is like not normal. But for somebody, a fellow city girl, we see these kind of illusionists every single day on the street. Who knows though? Maybe the fellow crackheads are reptile people. I don't know. Anything's possible at this point.
Find out the monolith's not even here anymore. 15 hours just to find out the monolith's not even here anymore.
That's an alien. That's an alien. That's an...
Now these are...
Those are clouds. Those are literally clouds. Y'all smoke too much weed, man.
Hey, what you hollering for, Shawty?
I thought you was trying to abduct me.
I mean, yeah, but you cute though, so like, what's up with it? Like, trying to get to know you, feel me? Like, I'm trying to be your ET, you thick too. Dang, girl.
Little bit, you know.
I ain't even got you on the ship, you already hollering.
What's your name?
But these niggas down here call me dear.
But you know, out here they call me deer.
Oh,
you like that?
Boy, how you do your tongue like that?
Hell, it's 3 feet.
Ooh, y'all got some long. Ooh, boy, y'all tongue long hair. So you like black girls?
The blacker the berry, the sweeter the juice, ain't it? Yeah.
Well, you know, like you got other parts, like we got.
What you mean?
What else? Oh damn! So you just gonna whip it out right here?
Yeah, pick your mouth up.
I got 2 of them.
You got 2 holes on it.
Ooh, did you send me proof that aliens are real? Time out. Dude, what if Gersh is just literally on some sort of a clout chase hinge right now, and he's literally doing all this just to get some clout, and then years later we find out that everything he said was a lie? What if, I'm not saying that's what is happening here, but what if that is what happens? That would be crazy. Wait, he said, what? He also implied that there is some kind of a secret agreement between the government and aliens, and that people have been murdered to protect the secret? Okay, I will say this is incredibly entertaining, but does the big brain girl in me believe this? No, this is a bit much at this point. This is a bit much. Like, Gersh is really teetering the waters of psychotic. You know what I mean? This whole entire hearing gave us a whole lot of nothing, respectfully. It gave us a whole lot of, I think this and that person told me this and that, therefore it's true. I mean, it's a whole lot of hearsay. If you took what Gersh said and you took it to a real court of law, they will be like, yeah, this guy worked in a high-level department of the Pentagon, but he's saying that everybody else gave him this information. He hasn't even seen what he's talking about. Therefore, what he's saying is inadmissible. Like, there's no tangible proof. It's all hearsay. As much as this coverage was fun, as much as we rotted our brains, I do think Gersh and anyone else who spoke at that hearing, this was a great distraction against the real things happening in this world, like people not being able to afford to put food on the table, student loan debt, medical debt, not having health care, not being able to live off of regular minimum wage, and all these other things. So as much as this coverage was fun and entertaining, and I laughed until I cried, and climate change, of course, yes, you're right, Blade. This coverage, like the US government, Congress, people are dying. We don't care about a crazy white man who worked at the Pentagon for so long and is making these crazy ass claims, okay? We have so many other things to worry about. We just don't care. And if aliens are real, and if they're really in the US and they're, you know, locked up at Area 51 or whatever, it is what it is. There ain't shit that you and I can do about it. Thank you so much for listening to my TED Talk. Thank you for coming to this video, and I will see you guys next time.